Have you ever heard the saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? It's a common English idiom that can be tricky for beginner learners to understand. Let me tell you a funny story about a student who took this idiom too literally. One day, she was asked to judge a book for a school project. She carefully examined the cover, but couldn't find any information about the content inside. Don't judge a book by its cover means you shouldn't make assumptions about something or someone based on their outward appearance. This idiom emphasizes that true value lies within, not in outward appearances. Let's see how this idiom is used correctly. My friend Sarah was hesitant to talk to the new girl in class because she looked a bit shy. But after getting to know her, Sarah realized the new girl was actually really friendly and fun to be around. Here are some examples of how to use "don't judge a book by its cover" in different contexts. In a casual conversation, "I know the new restaurant looks a bit run down, but don't judge a book by its cover, the food is amazing." In a formal setting, when hiring for this position, we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. We should focus on the candidate's skills and experience. In a negative context, don't judge a book by its cover, that quiet student is actually the top of the class. In a humorous context, "I know the chef looks like a teenager, but don't judge a book by its cover, his dishes are out of this world." To remember the meaning of "don't judge a book by its cover," think of a book with a plain, unassuming cover that actually contains fascinating content inside. This visual image can help you recall the idiom's message of not making assumptions based on appearances. While the exact origin is uncertain, "don't judge a book by its cover" became popular in the mid-1800s. Interestingly, early examples of the phrase sometimes referred to the quality of a book's physical appearance and binding, not just its literary content. This shows how the meaning of idioms can evolve over time. Over time, the idiom has become a common way to encourage people to look beyond superficial judgments and appreciate the deeper qualities in others. Here are some similar and opposite idioms to "don't judge a book by its cover." Similar: "You can't tell a book by its cover." Opposite: "Judge a book by its cover." Related: "First impressions can be deceiving." Let's try using the idiom in a sentence. The new employee may seem inexperienced, but don't judge a book by its cover. She has a wealth of knowledge and skills. Now, let's rephrase it without using the idiom. The new employee may seem inexperienced, but you shouldn't make assumptions about her abilities based on her appearance. She has a wealth of knowledge and skills. I once had a student who was hesitant to approach the new exchange student because he looked a bit shy and reserved. But when they started talking, the student realized the exchange student was actually really friendly and had a great sense of humor. He was glad he didn't judge a book by its cover. One common mistake is using "don't judge a book by its cover" incorrectly in a sentence, like "I don't judge a book by its cover." This doesn't make sense, as the idiom is about not making assumptions, not about the act of judging itself. To avoid this, remember that the idiom is about not making assumptions, not about the act of judging. Another mistake is thinking the idiom means you should always judge a book by its cover. The opposite is true, the idiom encourages you to look beyond appearances. Quiz time. 1. What is the meaning of the idiom "don't judge a book by its cover"? A. Always judge a book by its cover. B. Don't make assumptions based on appearances. C. Books should have more interesting covers. Answer: B. 2. Which of these is a synonymous expression to "don't judge a book by its cover"? A. You can't tell a book by its cover. B. All that glitters is not gold. C. First impressions can be deceiving. Answer: A. In this video, we've explored the meaning, usage, and cultural context of the idiom, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Remember, this idiom encourages us to look beyond surface-level appearances and preconceptions, and to appreciate the deeper qualities in people and things. Understanding this idiom can help you communicate more effectively in English and avoid making unfair assumptions. Now it's your turn. Share a time when you or someone you know used the idiom, "Don't judge a book by its cover" in a real-life situation. Try using the idiom in a sentence of your own and let me know how it goes. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more English idiom lessons.